I have done hundreds, maybe thousands of steak experiments. A few is life-changing. Today is one of those days. This is the assassin steak experiment. And when I say it's life-changing, I mean it. And in order to have the assassin steak, we first need to make this incredible pasta. And here's my take on it. So the first thing to do is to get a nice large pan and add in some oil. Then you want to throw in some garlic and basil. Start toasting that up. Right before the garlic start getting a little bit of color, throw in the tomato sauce. I highly recommend using passata for this. Wash up that bottle with water and make sure to clean it all up. Don't let anything go to waste. Then let this simmer down. Stir it occasionally under medium-low heat. Then let it rest. In the meantime, you also want to boil some water on the side. Now to cook this pasta, the type of pan you have is very important. Traditionally, they use cast iron for it, but just make sure that you use one that is big enough so that the pasta can fit. So first, add in a good amount of olive oil into the pan. Then you want to add some smashed garlic, followed by a generous amount of chili flakes, a tiny bit of salt and pepper. You want to keep it under medium-high heat. Then immediately add in your pasta. I want you to notice one thing, because we're going to be doing something that is not normal with pasta, and that is to fry up the noodles first. This is a crucial step of making pasta all'assassina. And as soon as it starts changing color, start adding the sauce we just made, followed by the water that was boiled as well. But don't add too much. You see, what we're going to try to do here is to cook this pasta like if it was a risotto. Keep that heat nice and high. Add tomato sauce and water as needed. As you're doing so, a lot of things is going to start happening. And one of them is the caramelization of the tomato sauce. It's getting nice and dark. That's what you want. The uniqueness of the way this pasta is made is the key of its success. I mean, take a look at the bottom of this pan. It's almost burned. Make sure not to take it too far. The key here is to end up with something like this. A little bit of burnt pieces, some chewy pasta, and the combination of these textures is just off the chain. Because once you're done, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and plate it. And after adding a generous amount, I threw in some more chili flakes, followed by the oil that was left in the pan. The more, the better. To make it pretty, I put a little bit of basil right on top. Now this is pasta all'assassina, and if you've never had it, I highly recommend you giving it a try. But remember, this is how everything started. Because I wanted to show you how I discovered one of my greatest creations, and that would be the assassin steak. And in order to make it, the first thing we need is steaks. For today's cook, I chose these 3 beautiful New York strip. They are 1.5 inches thick, choice grade, but at the same time, they have great marbling on them, which is exactly what I look for whenever I cook steaks. And at this stage is when the idea came to me. What if I turned the assassin pasta into a compound butter? Would that be delicious? I had no idea. So I got a tiny bit of the assassin pasta, cut that up real good, combined it with a generous amount of room temperature butter, mixed everything together, and I was left with this, the assassin compound butter. It sounds fantastic, right? But I was not convinced. Because remember, we had 3 steaks, and there's one pasta that I love more than all others, and that would be carbonara pasta. That is when the idea came to me of making carbonara compound butter. And the first thing I needed was this, pancetta, which is widely available for everyone. So I immediately started cooking that up, getting it nice and brown just the way it's supposed to be. Now to finish up the carbonara, into a bowl I threw in some egg yolks, followed by pecorino romano, black pepper, salt, some pancetta oil, mixed that up real good, and then added some pancetta and mixed it a little bit more. Because once I was done, I was left with some carbonara cream. And to make a compound butter is pretty simple. I got some room temperature butter, then added the carbonara cream right on top, mixed it up real good, and in the end I was left with this, carbonara compound butter, which I think it's gonna go perfectly with steaks. And since we have both compound butters done, the only thing left to do is to prepare the steaks. For the seasoning, I kept them real simple. A good amount of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. I made sure to season both sides and also the edges, because the only thing left to do now is to go ahead and cook them. First, I'll be putting a nice wonderful sear. Once they're done, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And for that, I'll be using my wireless thermometer. Because now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to grill some beautiful steaks, so let's do it. All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steak with a nice side dish. What do you guys think, gentlemen?
Hey, this looks amazing.
What an impressive spread, Google. I mean, damn, 3 steaks and a huge side dish.
Yeah, I know. I'm afraid of that one. That one looks scary.
Ay.
Why is it scary?
Because it's the assassin pasta.
It's gonna kill me.
So here's the deal. I got a little experiment going on. I'm super excited about this. Shout out to all my Italian friends out there. These are two very special compound butters, which you will be trying very shortly.
But why